Hello, everybody. This is Sofie Marin, founder and CEO of Ars Dynamics. I'm reporting live from Folk Kultur. I don't know how to translate that into English. This is a big cultural, political conference spanning over several days. We are showcasing a trip to Mars. There's John, who you met last week. I hope you can hear me now. So if you are here, let me know. I'm going to check the comments just to make sure that you can actually hear what I'm saying. I'm going to talk with some movers and shakers in the cultural and creative industries today, just to find out what are they up to, what are they doing, what's working, what's not working. And you can tell I'm sort of looking to my left here because I found a dear friend and colleague in the industry, Sara Erlingsdotter. So I thought I'll introduce her to you and you to her. So, and please just give me a sign so I know that you can actually hear me, because I know there is a lot of noise in the background. First, I'm going to show you our stand. This is the stand where we are workshopping Ars Dynamics and traveling to Mars. Come, Sarah, let's go where it's a little bit quieter. So we do this. This is Sarah. Hi, Sarah.
Hello.
Sarah, do you want to tell them who you are and what you do?
Yes, I'm a director in theatre and opera and also artistic leader. And I'm working with performing arts and landscape, rural landscape and urban landscape.
Brilliant. And the name of your company?
Studio PAL, for PALs, performing art and landscape.
That's wonderful. And when did we meet, Sarah? Do you remember the first time?
Oh, you remember, but it's a long time ago. But we were making opera in the countryside, didn't we?
That is so true. She helped us create this opera. We were in a tent. There were cows mooing.
Yes. Interacting.
Yes. That was pretty amazing. So, but can you share a little bit more? Because you did the Mars trip with us. And I loved your response, because what you said was, what did you say?
Well, it was amazing. I had like 2 amazing landscape experiences here. And the first one was Eskilstuna with this waterfall, so beautiful. And the second one was landing on Mars. And when I stand there, it was really scary to go down. It was really high. But when I went down there and sort of, it was like feeling the ground under your feet. And then there was this art hall. It was like a building, gray building, and you were saying to me, this is where we will have the art hall. And I felt like, why go indoors when you can create in this beautiful landscape?
And that's what I love about that. I know people are joining this live stream now. Let me know with a thumbs up if you can hear us, because I know there is a lot of noise in the background. If you cannot hear us, we will move out where it's even quieter. So just let us know, because I can see the comments here. But what you said, Sarah, exactly that, because you do a lot of outdoor performances, a lot of outdoor cultural experiences. So your instinct was, why would we go into a cultural center on Mars when actually we could be outside? And with that comes a few obstacles, right? Can you even be outside on Mars?
I don't know. I asked you.
Yeah, we need to find out.
Yes.
So this is a shout out to our natural sciences experts and space experts. Can you be outside on Mars? What do you need to have when you are outside on Mars? What do you need to wear and so forth? I think we're going to go out a little bit because this is still a little bit noisy. So Sarah, can you tell me a little bit about what you've experienced so far here at Folk Kultur?
Yeah, I visited seminars with the Samic art and Samic people's experiences.
Yeah,
and also in the culture in the north part of Sweden. I'm working now with, I'm helping Munktellstaden creating a course, place, art and culture, where you have the place and the site as a starting point for artistic work, and that is really my main field, you can say. So, and also I've done some projects in and one in the north, in Jämtland, Härjedalen. So I was very interesting to see what they are working with in the north part of Sweden, the challenges they have, the possibilities they have. So it's been interesting. And this morning I was listening to Dansens Hus in Stockholm, also one of my interests, how art and culture can be a driving force in the development of a city and the city planning, and how it also can include the people. I'm very interested in and working with participating in these processes.
Yeah. Well, I think we're going to move a little bit, just so we make sure people hear. Yeah. So, but you also you have a lot of international relations. So you
Yes.
do a lot of international work.
Yeah.
So can you tell us a little bit, because we've got a very international audience here.
Yeah.
So who do you work with? What do you do?
I've been working in Portugal and in Brazil, in São Paulo a lot, and I've been doing courses for the universities, art universities, but also projects there. So in one of their biggest park, Ibirapuera Park, I made a sort of artistic walk with a lot of actors, but also participating processes. I used to start to ask, my starting point is, don't ask what you can do with the place. Ask instead what the place can do with you and what you can give back in the dialogue as an artist. I'm also teaching, and I've been teaching also a lot at Stockholm's Konstnärliga Högskola.
I think. Sorry, we lost that from. We've never done it like this. With people here on ground, so please bear with us as we do this to better Wi-Fi. But Sarah, speaking of what you just mentioned, how do you find people to work with, to collaborate with? How do you know who to collaborate with internationally?
Well, these projects, I started a network through the universities and then into independent artists, and that's how it goes. So that's how I'm working internationally. Yeah. And also, I'm very interested to start with the place, or to start with the institution, or to start with the people, and then find out how you can work.
Yeah, and we work in the intersection of the physical world. We do hybrid, digital, and now also the immersive world. So my question to you is, when you were using those VR glasses from a landscape perspective, from a cityscape, from working indoor and outdoor, because it's obviously when we are outdoors normally, it's very much in the here and now. What do you picture? What do you see with this new XR reality that we're sort of stepping into slowly but surely? XR, extended reality, virtual reality, augmented reality, mixed reality. It is sort of, we are at the very beginning of all of that. And from your perspective, how do you see that play a role in what you are doing?
Yeah, from my perspective, I'm working a lot with digital techniques as well in my work, in my landscape happenings and actions that I'm working, and also, as I said, the participation. So for me, it's very important that the technique goes with the artist and with the participants, and that from a landscape perspective, it's very important that you also experience the landscape. And if it's in an urban landscape, a square or something, that you also experience the people and the happenings there. So for me, it's important to have this mix. So I'm very curious about that. How can you do that with this technique, the VR? How can you mix? How can you be in the reality where we are meeting people and so on, and the landscape, and at the same time, and then you can go, and I think it's possible, go into this and then go back again.
Yeah.
Also, for me, it's very important, and this I think is very important in all artwork, but especially when you go a bit out of the box or your comfort zone, that you as a participant can feel safe. Of course, you want to be challenged as well, but you shall feel safe. And also, you have to, as an artist, answer what's in it for the participant. Not only that they are there for you, that you are also, you need to have this safeness. And that, I think, is important. It was really scary to go to March, and it was amazing.
Yeah, and I love how you press on the safety aspect, because one is the psychological safety, obviously, for you as an artist, as a creator. From an artistic freedom, from a democracy, coming from not only freedom of speech, artistic freedom, It's also important with safety, right? Because we are being tracked and monitored even now, when we're using these digital tools. There could also be some sort of a safety, right?
Yeah.
I'm just thinking, yeah.
Yeah, and I think, I'm very sort of hands-on here. If you are doing an experience like this, it's important that you have your guide helping you going to march. If you feel scared, as many did, or people are looking at you, you can't see them because you have these glasses, these sort of things.
Yeah.
How can you make room to be creative and to use your fantasy and to feel safe and then go beyond your comfort zones?
I love that. I love that. And we'd love to hear your take on safety. Well, let's say you were to try out virtual reality and these new technologies. What would make you feel safe, or what are things that you feel might even want to, to put you off from doing it because you feel not safe or feel scary? I think that's a good conversation to have. I also spoke to someone earlier today here who mentioned using ChatGPT and how we upload information into these new tools. And whether it is AI or VR, we have to also be careful about that. What information we add, and also with the VR, it's tracking our eye movements, it's tracking, the surroundings. So when we now talk about, when we open up the doors in the cultural and creative industries to all these new technologies, maybe for this conversation, speaking of safety, maybe that's something we should explore more. And maybe I should tell them we are actually inviting an expert on IT safety. I will not mention her name just yet, but it is a her, and she's an expert, and she's going to come on, and we're going to talk about also internet safety and how to use these technologies, because there have been some incidents lately. And I'm thinking, as we're talking here, standing and talking about opportunities, we also need to think about that aspect. So what else have you watched here then at Folk Kultur? What stood out for you?
Yeah, of course, it's also a meeting place, meeting people and meeting colleagues. Very interesting, and get new perspectives. So it's really a great meeting place. Yeah.
Okay, so I know you're about to dash soon, but I just have a question. What do you see future trends-wise from your field of work? Future trends, if you were to look into the future and give us some predictions of where we are heading.
Well, now I'm very inspired by this. I think it is really interesting to use different sort of techniques in the artwork, but also keep the humanity and the base in the art. Not lose that. Not go. Don't lose the heart and what you have, but really use the techniques, because it can really be a great thing. I've done, for example, a walk in the north part of Sweden, in Ragunda, and how we can use these QR codes but still be a part of the landscape and the experience.
How did you do that? Tell us more.
Yeah, that you are walking a specific walk in Dödafallet, it's called, and it's going close to the river and into the hills. And then it's really important to work with the dramaturgy of the landscape walk. So in specific points and spots, you have these stations where you can experience, but also to something. It can be to listen to something, it can be to see an amazing dance film, for example, and then you can also be interactive and chatting in this website that you have in your phone. But you have a map in paper design, and you have your feet and you are on the ground. But in a walk like that, you could also use this VR technique.
I think we can go in again. I think it's quieter in here. So you are just joining us here at this conference, and as you can tell, there. Let's see. Come on. I don't know if you can hear us now. We're losing internet as I'm walking. Let's see if the internet. Give me a thumbs up if you're watching this. No, we're broken. Let's go back again then. It was just so noisy. Okay, here we are. We've got internet. We're just going to stand here. Thank you so much for being with us still. This is very much going with the flow here of things. So Sarah, we have a lot of politicians here from Sweden and from the regions, and they are also talking about developing the cities. They're talking about as a region how to expand and how to develop the region. How would you say, from coming from where you are, how could they build music, arts, and culture into that? Like someone said, yeah, we would like to bring our city into VR, for instance, and that way we can showcase, what we want to do with the city as we grow and expand. How could they use arts and culture, music, to be a public, art, maybe? Or do you have any recommendations what they should think of? Or not?
You mean connecting to VR, or?
Yeah, just let's say you are building out a city experience. You're creating a city in VR because you want to showcase your region or city. And if you wanted to add music, arts, and culture into that, given your expertise, I'm just curious. Instead of just building streets, can they also add arts and culture? And if so, how could they do that?
Well, I think it's important to start with the story, to start with the art that you want to experience, and to start with the why that you maybe have as an artist or a city in the work, and then to use the different techniques, because not to fall in love with the techniques and so the technique is the leader. I think still the art and what you want to explore and what you want to share with your audience or your participants has to be the heart, and then I think you can go far away.
Yeah, that sounds wonderful. Thank you so much. Well, thank you, Sarah. It's been wonderful to have you. Sarah is a dear friend, and I'm so happy that you are here.
And thank you for taking me to March.
Yes, of course. You will hear and see more of Sarah, I am sure. We've got some good things cooking for you, but I don't want to tell you too much right now.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Sarah. We're going to move on with my laptop, and we'll speak soon again.
Yes. Thank you.
Take care.
You too.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yes.
Bye. Thank you. We're going to go here. We're going to sneak so that we don't interrupt the interview with Amanda Lind. So we're going to go into our next guest here on this live stream, who is a painter from Sudan. Let's see if we can find him. He was here just a minute ago. So as you can tell, as I'm showing you in the screen here, we've got many different exhibitors. So over a period of several days, we've got a lot of exhibitors showcasing what they do. There he is. I'm going to go to him. Here he is.
Yes. You want to? Okay.
You want to say hi?
She want to take a picture. Yeah. Hi. Yeah.
Hi. Do you want to be part?
Yeah. Look.
Hi there. We're doing a live stream interview. Who are we talking to?
Hashim.
Hi, Hashim.
Örebro, in Örebro.
Hey, Örebro.
Yeah. Yes.
So you are right now live.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. So good to see you. So
Hello.
Come closer. Come closer.
Yes.
So So tell us, who are you? We met yesterday.
Yeah. My name is Abdullah Bashir. I'm artist, painter. I'm from Sudan. I graduated from College of Fine and Applied Art in Painting Department. I live in Örebro. I live in Isvaria for 4 years ago. I'm part of this icon organization. Okay, we have this exhibition about free start.
About what?
Free start.
Free start.
Yeah. Free start in
refugee.
Swedish.
How do you say that in English?
In English is artists in refugee. Like that.
Artists and refugees. And
Mm-hmm.
so this is, and I'm really happy that we're able to talk to you, because we had a wonderful conversation yesterday about what it meant, to come from abroad, move to Sweden, to where you live right now, and what it means in today's climate. I mean, I've lived abroad for a few years, and coming back to Sweden, that was a culture shock. I can't even imagine coming from Sudan. But also we have, as you mentioned, with refugees and the work that's being done, and more people fleeing And we actually talked when I spoke with Sarah just before us talking now. We did talk about artistic freedoms and also in VR and XR and when we're using all these new technologies, because there are also some artists that are fleeing and who might be a little bit careful about where they are being showcased and seen. Even like we're going around now, you know, with this, we have to be a little bit careful what we showcase and what we don't.
Yes.
So would you mind sharing a little bit about your experience moving from Sudan to Sweden?
Yeah, I've been living, before I leave my country, Sudan, I was in Egypt. So from Egypt, I came here to Sweden during Corona time. Yeah, everything is new for me. The weather, it's a lot of things going on here. But it's nice also to be here, to know new culture, new people, new challenges, and as I'm doing my art, try to involve with people, with cultural activities. I think this is it means something. So
And you do outdoor work as well.
Sorry?
You do outdoor. You showed me a large outdoor. Do you want to show?
Yeah.
So we're going to try this. I know, and thank you again for bearing with us because we noticed that the Wi-Fi goes up and down when I move around. But I wanted to give you an opportunity to actually see real time what's happening here. I know I read somewhere that this is just, you know, for political leaders and there are no artists. But as a matter of fact, there are a lot of artists and creators, and you are such a wonderful example of that. So would you mind sharing with us and come a little bit closer so we can hear you? But just show us.
This is our area. Do you want to turn the camera like this?
Yeah.
Maybe?
Or do you want to hold it maybe? And then you can, but just be close to the camera.
Okay.
And let us know in the comments if you have any questions or anything you want me to ask or any feedback. That's always great.
Okay. This is icon site of artists of Free Start. Here we've been working. Should I do it like this?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay. Yesterday, there's some kids they were here, and they joined us, and they did some small paintings there. Yeah, maybe it's far, but I can come closer, maybe. Yes, maybe her. Okay. Yeah, you know, I think here is bad connection. Yes, but yes, this is some painting of some kids. I think it's hard to. Maybe we can hold it like this.
Yeah, I can hold it up. So
Yeah.
you stand still with the.
Some kids yesterday, they
Aw.
were here. Yeah.
So you had like a painting
Also,
workshop.
Yeah, it's like workshop.
Oh.
Yeah. I think the network here is bad.
Yes.
Yeah. But this is another artist. Well, this is about icon.
Yeah. So friends, I want you to know that Icorn, we are looking for ways to learn more about what they do and to see how we can support from Arts Dynamics into the work that they do. I think that's important, right? So can you tell us a little bit about Icorn?
Icon, it is International Cities of Refugee Network.
Speak to the camera. Yeah.
Yeah. And Icon, it has like 80 cities in Europe, and in Sweden it's more for 28 cities here in Sweden. That is all. Just you can, if you Google like Icon, ICORN, there's many information about this. You're gonna find it.
Yeah, we can post information below the video so you can find out more about that.
Yeah.
So tell me more about your, now that you've been here at Folk Kultur, what has been your biggest takeaway so far?
Actually, this is the second time. I'm here in Folk Kultur. We participated in the last year, but we haven't that exhibition at that time. It was in some Konsthallen in Örebro. I think something great to involve with all these activities. Yeah.
Yeah. And have you had any feedback?
If I if I understand your question.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fine. But have you what feedback have you had? Because I've seen you've had a lot of people visiting you here at your stand. So what have people said?
People are curious about what we are doing. What is this? I think that this is the reason of this we can call it festival or like folk culture.
Yeah.
People they want to get more. They want to know, and also we build network together.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
and
is
this is important.
Yeah. Okay. So to wrap this up, what would you say if you were to share some future trends or things that you are looking forward to in the future? What would that be in your field? I've got it. I have two questions there. So first of all, I'm gonna actually ask, what have you got going on right now and moving into the future? What are you planning on working on? Oh, sorry, my English is getting bad here. What I'm trying to say is, what are you working on and what are you excited about for the future?
I'm still now struggling with a lot of things here in Sweden. Like I'm working. I have some exhibition in the future, like soon in March and one in May.
Okay.
So, but my goal is to build organization. It's work with art, especially in art. Yeah.
Okay. What kind of an organization do you want to build?
It help it like artistic organizations. Work with more is with art. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like space also. Yeah. It can be a space, art space. Yeah.
What is that?
Art space, like organization, but at the same time also like art space, like
artist space.
Yes.
Oh,
exactly.
for artists. Okay, I understand.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. And because you were on Mars yesterday. Yeah. So you traveled in virtual reality. As an artist, I'm curious. What takeaway are you taking with you from that experience? What do you see as an artist? What ideas come to mind when you walk there and imagine maybe a cultural center on Mars and maybe your art even?
It's simple word, imagination. It's really amazing. Yeah. And and as we talk, we can build exhibition.
Yes.
It will be something
we should
really
totally
great.
feature. Watch out, we will feature his work. I'll get back to you on that.
Yeah.
So we'll just make a handshake deal that we were going to feature your work.
Thank you for this.
Yes.
Thank you. We're gonna take a picture together.
Yeah, we're going to take a photo. As you can tell, we are doing this if you want to be part of.
I think the light is not good, but I will try.
Great. So this is very meta. We're taking photos of us being here online. So also from a virtual reality perspective, you create indoors, but you also have outdoor pieces. And we've talked with Sarah prior to meeting you today. And I spoke to a lot of politicians who are also developing cities. And we talked about how we can also bring outdoor music, arts and culture into that immersive experience. So have you thought about that? With your artwork to also bring it into the virtual space?
No,
your
I didn't.
Outdoor, the big pieces.
Yeah, after we saw.
Come a little bit closer.
After we had this experience with I think I see the idea is brilliant. Yeah, to make exhibition in Mars. Yeah, it's gonna be great. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So then to wrap things up, what future trends do you see in your field of expertise as an artist, as a painter? What future? Where are we heading with things? What do you see as an artist? Any new? How can I say? Future trends. Where are we heading? Will there be more virtual reality stuff?
Yes, of course.
Do you think so?
Of course, yes.
This is not a leading question, by the way. He might just as well say, no, Sophie, actually, I believe we're going to be more analog and people will rebel against.
Yeah. I think it's going to be too many buildings. Things are, with technology, with intellectual intelligence.
Yes.
Yeah, this is,
Okay, brilliant. Do you have
Yeah.
any? And have I forgotten to ask you anything? Anything you want to add to our international community of artists and creators and change makers?
I will say not now, but is but I'm happy with this. It's really great.
Yeah, this is fantastic. So give us your details, and we'll make sure to include them in the show notes so that people can find out more about you and your
Okay.
art. And also, you donated to our. We're creating a Hope 1000 art piece to be included in our virtual gallery. So if any of you want to be part of that too, when we have 1,000 signatures, it's like a crowdfunding campaign just to show what community can do when we come together.
Yeah.
Then we'll actually commission that and to bring someone on to turn that into a real
Yes.
art of work that we can also go immersive with. So do you just want to say your name again for everybody?
Abdullah Bashir.
Abdullah Bashir.
Abdullah Bashir.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah.
Abdullah, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
So,
Enjoy.
yeah, thank you. So I'm going to continue now, and we're
Yes.
going to go and see if I can find my colleague John.
Marin,
Thank
gonna
you.
find her.
Yeah. So thank you for being with me still as I walk around. I'm going to speak with John. John is here. You met John last week when we talked about. Hi, John. We're going live again. You
Hello.
were here with us last week, and today we are here at Folk Kultur. So Imitera, they've created this Mars experience where we are basically traveling to Mars
Yes.
in a space. What do you call it?
Well, a spaceship.
Yeah, spaceship. Yeah, we've got Christy Fuglesang there who welcomes us and gives us instruction, and then we have the workshop here behind us. That's what it looks like, by the way. We talked about this last week when I had you and Petra on.
Yeah.
So, John, now that we are here 1 week later, what has been the experience so far? What have people said? Come close to the
Well,
camera.
I mean, there is a lot of attention regarding our experience, and we have had a lot of joyful rides for the visitors.
So if you have a lot of artists and creators or tech people here, what would be your recommendation to anyone who's looking into ways to start to use more of this virtual reality technology into their work?
Well, first of all, take our trip to Mars. And then let yourself be inspired. I mean, the possibilities are endless, but I mean, to root these virtual experiences in reality is a first step to really reach other people.
Yeah, and you say visit Mars. Can people do that from anywhere?
Yeah, if you have a headset, you can download our experience, the Mars Quest experience.
Yeah.
And basically try it at home. Go to Mars at home, and Christy Fuglesang will guide you on a short experience, and it's open to everyone.
And what kind of a headset is it that people need?
Well, I mean, you either need a Quest 2 or Quest 3.
Quest 2 or Quest 3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Is there a link that we could include in the show notes afterwards?
Yeah, definitely.
So for anyone here who has a headset or is looking into getting one or knows someone who has a headset, we're going to include a link in the show notes so that you can actually go and try out this Mars.
Quest.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
This means that our international community, this is actually really good. I just realized we've been working now for some time, and I just realized when we're talking to you here that actually if you try this out at home or go somewhere where you can find a headset if you're not based in Sweden or, you got these in different places, right?
Yeah.
You try that out and then you join our online community. We've set up a LinkedIn group. We've set up a Discord group. Come and build a cultural center on Mars together with us. But our whole idea here is that you visit Mars just to get a feel for it and to see. You've heard two voices now, Sarah and Abdullah, who mentioned, their perspectives based on, their experiences. Would love to hear what you have to say. And as you see behind me here, this board is where we do our workshop. It's like, why would we have culture on Mars? What will we do? Let's say we create a virtual gallery or music scene or a fashion, a catwalk, or I don't know, we can do anything.
Yeah.
So if you, depending on where you are in the world, doesn't matter, just get that quest, the Mars quest, and take that and let us know. I'll make sure to include the links to Discord and LinkedIn as well. Wow, it just struck me that we can actually do this really as a global community. I've said this before. Sometimes, the penny drops and it's like, holy cow, this just got so much bigger. Speaking of, you and I had a conversation on the train yesterday when we talked about the democratization of these headsets, and we talked about the Quest ones and versus Apple Vision Pro. And many of you know I'm a big fan. I love Apple Vision Pro. I even created my own spatial gallery in there. But I also equally love what you've created here. And would you mind sharing just a little bit about your take on how to think about these headsets for people who might be looking into maybe getting one for themselves or building out, should they build out in the Quest universe or in the Apple Vision Pro universe? Can you please just guide us a little bit about Imitera, how you are thinking about it, and maybe give some advice?
I mean, the Apple Vision Pro is, I love it, but it's too expensive. So we are aiming for the Meta Quest 3, and that is like $500. It's half the price of a real iPhone, and that can make it possible for more classes and other groups to easily get access in a more scalable fashion regarding this. And that is what attracts us, because it's everybody wants good graphics and so on, but also the ability to actually make it happen is very important for us. And with the Meta headset, that will be a possibility because the price point is quite low compared to the Apple Vision Pro.
So for you, because I know we have a lot of creators, techies, I call you techies, the ones who actually know how to build stuff, where the artists come in and they have a vision and you help them build that. So our conversation really brought to life for me was, what route do you want to go down? Because if more people have Quest and it might be an easier way in, maybe that's where you want to build out your first experiences and do your own first prototypes. That's not to say that you cannot use Apple Vision Pro and to do that too. You can do both in parallel. But the reason why you've chosen the Quest is so that you can, because more people are using it, we can roll it out across Sweden, the Nordics, Europe, the world, and as you said, now we can travel to Mars all over the world. So I just wanted to mention that because I hadn't really thought about it myself, that it is an easier entry point if you use the Quest. Again, it depends on what you're creating, who you're creating it for, who you want to reach, what you want to sell, and so forth.
Yeah, there are probably about 30 million Meta Quest headsets out there, and it's more easy. Chances are that you know someone who has a Meta Quest headset, and then the experience is available for them. And as soon as we have the possibility, we'll of course make the Mars Quest experience available on the Apple Vision Pro as well.
Yeah. And we're going to have Mars tickets that says Arts Dynamics on them.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
That's going to be so cool. So looking into the future, what do you see? Where are we heading with everything? Because this is also about not only understanding where we are with things right now. VR, XR, all these new technologies are rather new still. But where are we heading with things?
We are facing an alternate reality, a virtual one, where we will travel less and meet more often. Instead of having these kind of video
I'm going to move you closer to the camera.
We have these video talks, we'll have physical meetings, like we're meeting people right now, and that is very important to humanity, so to speak. And we want to encourage more meetings, but in order to do that, we need to be to enable these virtual worlds. Otherwise, we still will have to travel and are stuck in Zoom meetings, which is, it's maybe practicable, but it isn't fun.
Yeah. Yeah, and why should people use this if it is so new? Because, like someone said, I might use it, but how do I know anyone else uses it? Or, how do I reach people and connect with people?
Well, for starters, you need to maybe actually go to the place where you want to show this. But also these kind of events like Folk and Kultur, here you can meet people and open up this world for them, which they haven't seen before.
Yeah,
And it's a transformative experiences for many
yeah,
that do this, and they understand and they want to do this themselves, and the ball starts rolling, so to speak,
yeah.
and that's what we want.
Yeah, wonderful. Well, I hope you feel inspired. This is a special session that we're doing today with Arts Dynamics Talks. I just wanted to give you a little bit of an insight. I'll just move the camera around a little bit just to see what we see. So this is the Volvo Arena, isn't it, right? Volvo Arena, where we have the exhibition stands. There's a huge stage over there as well, where we have a lot of expert talks and keynotes and panels. I was on a panel yesterday. I will be on another one tomorrow, and me and John will be here today, and his colleague Petra is coming tomorrow. And for your information, we are now taking things to the next level also with this network, with Arts Dynamics meetups and events. We've got our own cultural tech summit coming up. We've got a hackathon coming up. We are based in Stockholm. We are based at Epicenter Stockholm, where you can come and meet with us. But we are a nationwide and international community that is growing, and we'd love to have you, just join us, to bring your own expertise, to bring your own know-how. We are very much a grassroots movement. We are very much about all of us together in this as a community. So you see here behind me, there is a reason I wanted to show you this, because this is, I think we talked about it last week, where we had a workshop like we are doing today, where John was showing people Mars, and then people could come and workshop here. I'll show you the table. It looks like this, you see here. So people can basically fill in, why should we have arts and culture on Mars, and who should be there, what do we want to do? And from that experience, we had an artist, Ro Williams, who said, why don't you create an Arts Dynamics art gallery so I can showcase my art? Which happened then the weekend after at the Game Jam Hackathon, where I created together with a developer, a programmer, a spatial gallery in Apple Vision Pro. We set up a gallery in 24 hours. We showcased his work, commissioned an artist, even had commission paid from that, so we could act as a gallery, but also I could show how you can set this up for yourself. That's the whole point. Not only that we do it, but actually to teach you and to share with you how you can do these things yourself. Sorry if I'm moving around, I'm going to try and stand still. That's the whole point. But from this workshop, this person said, I want this. We were able to build it out, to showcase how to do that. And then we had our first backers in the crowdfunding campaign, which is now growing day by day. So again, this is just us playing around. It's like a creative lab, and I want to invite all of you here to be part of it, not only to contribute with your own expertise, as I mentioned, but I also want you to see how you can link this to your own business, how you can take your own artistic work from physical, hybrid, digital into the immersive and back again, and also how you can work across the sectors and work also with other people in other fields. And the same for you if you work in the tech field, for you to connect with artists so you can build out fun stuff. So with that, I'm actually going to end it here because it's a little bit special today. But I hope you found value in this. I'd love to hear your feedback. I'd love to get to know you. Find us on LinkedIn, find us on Discord, find us on artsdynamics.com, reach out, whatever platform you may. You can also find us on meetup.com, where we have our meetup group. And with that, thank you so much. What was your biggest takeaway today? What do you want to try out? And let's see each other again next week. I do have a guest for that already planned, and for the weekend after as well. So I'll put out the broadcast for that, and you'll know more about that shortly. But for now, I'm going back to the conference. This is just me saying hi to you. I'm Sofie Marin, founder and CEO of Arts Dynamics. Over and out.